Hey guys, it's Elena and I am coming to you from the oh so beautiful Paris, France. I have been here for the last 2 weeks and I will be here throughout the rest of the summer. Basically, I just came here because I needed to be inspired, I needed to get motivated, and I needed to kind of figure some things out for myself. And what better place to do that than with Paris as your backdrop. I have had such an amazing time so far, and originally I wasn't going to chronicle this experience for YouTube. I have been doing a ton of Snapchat videos, I have been posting a ton on Instagram, so if you don't follow me on those channels, you definitely should, because you'll get to see everything that I'm experiencing. I love taking you along with me via those two platforms. However, with YouTube, it's a little bit more complicated, and so I wasn't sure if I wanted to dedicate that kind of time to creating a video. Whoa,
okay?
Whoa. Yeah, okay. That's what I get for trying to do 5 things at once. But after a lot of time thinking about it and clearing my head, and of course being inspired by the city itself, I decided that I definitely did want to do some videos and post them. And so I'll do a few vlogs while I'm here. Right there, that's where I'm gonna have lunch. And then here is the lake. The thing is that I'm traveling alone, so I don't know many people. Like when I was first here, it was couture, like haute couture, the fashion shows, and so I had a lot of my friends from the industry here, and so I was able to go to dinners, I was able to go to like showrooms, I was able to fill my time. But once those people left and it was just me, you know, that means that you sit alone at a cafe, and eating alone at a cafe can be really, really sucky. I also took a day trip to Provence, and I went to the Lavender Fields, and I went by myself. It was a very small group it was a tour of like 6 people, 7 including the tour guide, and it was such an amazing experience. The lavender is just so incredibly beautiful. It smells, I don't know if you guys can hear the buzzing, but it's all the bees pollinating. I don't know if you can see some of them. There's one right there. Can you see it? There's like all over the place. I'm wearing a dress that is flying up everywhere. I'm giving everybody a very free show of my bottom. And it's really rocky on the floor, and of course, I'm wearing sandals. What else? Oh yeah, so you're supposed to just gently, without disturbing the bees, rub it like this. Oh my god, my hands smell like lavender. You can't smell, but I wish there was smell-o-vision so you could. Lavender and me. Oh my god, it's like so fucking pretty here. I can't even handle that. I like gotta show you guys what this side looks like. Look at that. Oh my god, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I got to eat lavender ice cream. I got to roam some very quaint towns. I joined a kind of expat meetup group here in Paris. The first activity that I did with them was on Bastille Day. They arranged for a huge picnic in front of the Eiffel Tower so that you could see the fireworks display. It was the most amazing fireworks display I have ever seen in my entire life. events that happened in Nice, the tragic, like, devastating, ridiculously horrific events that happened, you know, just making sure that I was okay, because it was the day before that I had gone to Provence, which is not the same place, but, you know, a lot of my family didn't know I had come back and didn't know exactly where I had been, and so they were a little bit concerned. And so I appreciate all of you guys who sent me messages. There were so many of you, and I think I responded to everybody. Hopefully I did. So thank you for your concern. And I mean, I think that we can all agree that that was just the most tragic thing that could happen in such a beautiful town. I can only send my condolences, because I have genuinely no answers on how to fix the problems that the world is going through right now. Writing has always been a huge passion of mine, and so part of me coming to France meant that I was going to get to focus on that a little bit more. And I've really been honing in on the type of voice that I want to have and the stories that I want to tell. And part of that meant, you know, kind of looking out to see what opportunities are out there for writers. And so I came across a position at BuzzFeed that I am obsessed with. And so the day after Bastille Day, I devoted so much time to creating a writing sample for that position, to show them that I can speak in the BuzzFeed voice. BuzzFeed, if you're not familiar with it, is a huge publication, online publication. They do news, medias. They are famous for doing all those quizzes, and also the lists. But part of what that meant was joining the BuzzFeed community, which is a place where you can submit your writings. Anybody can submit their writings. And so you join the BuzzFeed community, you post 1 or 2 writing samples for them to review, and then in addition to that, of course, you send in your resume and a cover letter and whatnot. And so I haven't actually submitted my resume and cover letter, but I worked because I spent so much time working on the actual article. And so the day after Bastille Day, which was Friday, I finally finished up the article. I went to bed, and then on Saturday I did one last read before I posted it, you know, like with a clear mind, and like, you know, had stepped away from it, because a lot of times when you like it's a mess. And so that morning I had joined the expat group for a hike of unusual places to see in Paris, and so we did a hike. The group was entirely in French. It was all much more fluent French speakers than myself, and I didn't know what the hell was happening the whole time, and nobody in the group wanted to be my friend. Like, I walked all 9 miles by myself. Like, nobody wanted anything to do with me. I was so sad. When I got home, I looked at the article one more time, and then I submitted it. And within minutes, hours, I got contacted by BuzzFeed saying that they loved my article. They wanted to post it. They wanted to feature it on the BuzzFeed community page. Of course, I was okay with that. And then within even a shorter amount of time, it had 1,000 views. It had, you know, been, you know, liked and spread. It had been popularized, I should say. And then after that, BuzzFeed.com, not the community, the main homepage for BuzzFeed, wanted to feature it. And it was the number 2 article if you went to BuzzFeed.com. Like, they talked about the incidents in Turkey, and then they talked about my article, which had nothing to do with Turkey. It had to do with technology. And so I was an emotional wreck. I was so excited. I called my mom. I told all my friends. It's not a Pulitzer Prize winning piece or anything like that. I just wanted to write something that was very true to the BuzzFeed voice, so that I could get a better understanding, so they could get a better understanding of my capabilities if they chose me for this editor position. And I'll make sure to link that article down below for you guys to read and review and comment and let me know your thoughts on it. So then today I went to church at Notre Dame. I went to the Mass at 11:30, which is the International Mass, meaning that it's conducted in a few different languages. I got there kind of late, and so it was kind of a shit show to get in. It was like a huge crowd, and it was just kind of like a mess, but I got to go into Mass, you know. I love going to Mass when I'm away from home. Like, I don't really go to church when I'm at home, but when I'm traveling, I love to go. I think it kind of gives you the opportunity to localize, you know, yourself with the people of the community. That said, it is the closest church to me is Notre Dame, and so it is a very touristy type thing, but nevertheless, it's a nice little sense of community that you can have while you're traveling, especially if you're traveling alone. So this is Place Vendôme. I know I'm butchering the name of it, but it is a very famous square in Paris. It has all the famous luxury jewelry stores, Chanel, Dior, Chopard, you name it, they have a boutique within this square. Also, the very famous Ritz Hotel, Paris Ritz Hotel, is within this square. It holds a very special meaning to me because when I first started working for Dior and I got sent to Paris, the Dior boutique had just had some renovations done, and we did a tour of it, and it was so incredibly overwhelmingly beautiful. I was just so happy to be there. So I always come to this square to remind myself of kind of where I started. Getting into my third week here in Paris, and I cannot believe how quickly time is flying, and I don't want time to fly because I'm having such a great time. That's my life update. That's a little bit of what's going on. If you guys have any recommendations of anything that I should do while I'm here, please let me know in the comments below. I love recommendations for good restaurants or good shopping. I've already been to Hermes and Chanel, don't you worry, honeys. And of course, I have already gone to some of my favorite dining establishments like Caviar Caspa, I can't pronounce it, like everything else I can't pronounce in French or in any language. And the falafel place I've already gone. And basically my only friend here currently is the crepe guy. That is down the street from my house because I go there every day. He calls me New York because the first time I went there I was wearing a New York baseball cap. It was after I got stuck in that Eiffel Tower football game situation, and I was like, I'm gonna give myself a crepe, and I did. I got 2 actually. So good. Anyways, thanks guys, love you guys, bye.